Ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, your valiant Captain Vasco, and welcome back to Skylanders Giants. Anyone watching these as they're going up will know that it's been a little while since I've posted one of these. But to be honest, it was getting kind of stressful. I was just a little burnt out on it, having a lot of trouble trying to upload the hour-long videos, and editing them wasn't exactly a breeze either. But now I've got a new audio setup, so hopefully that will help a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm using it right now, and you can probably already tell the difference. In any case, we're back here in the game room.
And our next destination is... Oh, we're actually here now.
Oh, Flynn, why must you always interrupt me? We're back here in the game room because I've decided that I can give you guys credit at this point in our lives for knowing how to unlock these doors, but we do have access to yet another elemental vault door thingy-majigger. So we open it. It's the tech gate this time around, and let's see. I think I actually want Meta Ridley to pick up a little bit of this. Is that enough? Not quite. I think that'll do it for him. Next up is Falco, our other light core friend. And goodness, I don't remember how much he needs. I'm gonna hope that's enough. And then I think we'll let our pal Rush, man's best friend, pick up the remainder. Trying to make it so each one of them can get a new upgrade before we head on to the next level. Don't know that we've succeeded in that. We do still have that gem upstairs that shows up every time we come back to Flynn's ship, and we may be taking advantage of that. But first, let's see what we can do about some upgrades, and we'll try to be quick about it. First, let's check on Rush to see if he's gotten his fill on gems, because he's the one I'm most worried about. Let's see. Yeah, I can get the next one at 806, and I think that's our most realistic expectation, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Wall of more fire makes our firewalls do more damage. It's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to show off, but I do believe it looks different. Yes, the fires are larger now. That's pretty cool. I don't know, I like the firewalls. I think some of you guys have been nudging me to try and go with the other upgrade path when the time comes. You guys feel free to sound in the comments, but for Rush in particular, I feel like I'm gonna stick with what I like, which is the firewalls and the ability to have flaming puppy heads that shoot more fireballs. But we'll address that later. For now, we have Falco, who needs an upgrade of his own. And yep, I did manage to get enough for him to get more damage for his blaster, which is important. I think this is one of his more important upgrades, if I'm recalling correctly. And right, that'll do it for him. Just show it off real quick. It's been a while since I've played. I think the shots are a little bit larger than they were before. I don't know. We'll talk about that more once I'm back in the swing of this. For now, I don't want to dilly-dally too much. I know I have enough gold for Yoshi to upgrade as well, so we'll take care of that right now. He's actually got a lot of gold right now, considering that I wasn't particularly trying to get him any. It's really close to that really expensive upgrade. I might, in fact, just go grab that gem for him. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And then, who else do we have? I've not gotten Meta Ridley's upgrade just yet, although we did get the gems for it. At least I thought we did. I'm actually completely wrong. I was pretty sure I picked up a 60 gem that put me over 900. I'm a little irked by this. Alright, so he's gonna be the one picking up that gem. I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's go do that. So how's everybody doing? I'm pretty glad to be doing Skylanders again, but I'm also pretty glad that I decided to take that little break. I hope nobody's too disappointed. Nobody was shouting at me in the comments, which I was a little bit surprised by, but I'm not gonna complain that people weren't calling me a jerk, or a poop face, or a jerky poop face, or whatever the kids call people who have jerky poop faces nowadays. I do now have enough gems for that thing that I wanted and thought I had previously, actually, since I was looking for just a couple gems for Yoshi. And we'll see if this venti pipe doodad will accomplish that goal for us. Quickly, shoot fire, ha ha ha. There's that, and I think between now, and getting back to Persephone's, we can break enough stuff on the deck to get enough gems to buy that, because we're really not looking for too much here. We're not being too greedy, although we're gonna be cutting it a little close. I think I need like 1,008 gold gem coin monetary units. Is that like exactsies? Well, we'll see about that. Hopefully I have not miscalculated. I believe I'm correct about this. Either way, we're just gonna get whatever upgrade we can right now. Look at that, 1,008. So we have 1 to spare. So this makes our vines move quicker. Vines move, not the same as mines. So it's this one. Yeah, you can definitely tell a difference. I mean, I never really thought of the initial vines as being particularly slow, but like, these are definitely quicker. Also, they look a little different in this game, which I'm not used to. But we have other upgrades to get, so no time to reminisce about Skylanders Spyro's adventure. I'm acting weird today. I don't know what that's about. More upgrades, please. And this time we do actually have enough gems. I really thought I picked up one more gem that we're not gonna dilly-dally. So hover mode is what I want to get today. Doesn't actually increase my ability to fight the baddies, but as we sort of talked about previously, we had like it's sort of difficult to maneuver this flying thing because you can't stand still. Hover mode means if you hold B, you can hover, which I don't know why. I think this is pretty cool. Because Skylanders really do exactly this thing, and it looks pretty cool. It's not the most useful thing in the world, but if you're trying to go fast and then all of a sudden you want to stop, you can just hold B, and then instead of just like plowing into danger, you can stop. I think that's cool. I mean, a lot of the troubles I have in this game are with like some wonky control thing suddenly causing me problems. One more upgrade to get, and then we will make progress through the story. So we will be rejoining this adventure with one of my favorite levels in the game. Probably my favorite level in this game. And for one very specific reason. Let's pick up Juggling Act. This is a weird one. So like before, we had the ability to shoot balls, magic balls, like that. And now we can summon many of them at once. We can actually fire plural at one time instead of just sort of like spamming B. Although this also works. It's just sort of work differently. Actually, the regular one gives you a slightly more control over where you're attacking. These are actually very difficult to aim. Again, not sure which upgrade path I want to go with for our friend Hinata. So let me know what you think in the comments. But for now, let us go.
So we've just about made it to Kaos's old neighborhood. You ready to go?
I think so, Flynn. Let's do this.
Alrighty. I'll just...
Ah, what's happening?
What the?
That's a great question, Flynn. Oh no, it's an auto gyro. Because I failed to do that achievement where you kill all of them, one has followed us and dealt some damage to the ship.
It was those Archean security copters. They must have followed us from the vault. I think we're out of range now, but we took a major hit.
Oh, you're kidding.
Not the raccoons, why?
We're a sitting duck out here. Let's take the lander to the nearest island and see if we can find someone to fix our ship.
Is it just me, or is there something a little off about those people?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
I don't think they're people. I think they're wooden dolls of some kind.
Well, whatever they are, they creep me out. And it doesn't look like they'll be much help in repairing the ship.
Maybe. But somebody must have built them. See if you can find whoever did. They just might be able to help us fix the ship. Again.
Oh, Callie, what do you mean you don't think they're people? That's like speciesist or something. So, yeah, you may notice that this place is really odd. But before I talk about that, I want to mention real quick that because I think we lost when we had those problems with episode 5. I think we lost the bit where I changed the art on the ship, changed the ship part that is the coat of paint, whatever. Look, I found a treasure chest while I was trying to figure out how to speak English. So that happened. That's exciting. I think that's exciting. I don't think I need to pick up that rock for any reason, so let's not mess around with that. So because, yeah, the ship looks ugly now because I put on the I don't know. I like Starry Night is like the one that I like, and all the others look kind of terrible. We're on like Flowery Roses or something like that? I don't know. I can't talk either, clearly. Let's activate this weird device called the switcher, according to the hint, which isn't so much as a hint as a, hey, butt pants, why aren't you playing the video game correctly? So let's do that. Wow, wow, wow.
Yay!
Welcome to the wacky world of the Wilikin! So this level's really weird. I know I've already said it's my favorite. That does not change the fact that it is weird. But after you do the switcher, you should make sure to take a step back and come over here across this bridge that does not exist until you flip the switcher. There's a lot of things that are sort of like cardboard cutouts and such that turn into like real objects, Pinocchio style, when you activate the Wilikin world. Which makes sense because they're all like puppety things, and Pinocchio was also a puppet. So now we get a 2% discount on upgrades. Yay! That's exciting. I'm easily excited, clearly, but I still think it's exciting. Yeah, so this was just like a cardboard cutout before, but now that we're in the Wilikin world, things that are sort of like puppets or constructs or wooden woobly-doos, they are real stuff you can interact with. So, like, I also couldn't cross this bridge before because this bridge wasn't real, and now it is. Here's, like, a delegate.
Welcome to the island of the Wilikin. We are the Wilikin.
Oh, okay.
You just shifted into our realm, and we are happy to see you. If you want to shift back, go right ahead.
Oh, you Wilikin.
But first, why not explore our town? It is filled with friends.
I like friends. Let's make some friends. Oh, those are not the kinds of friends that I had in mind. Well, even though we haven't made any friends in this town just yet, we have it on good authority that there are friends here. We should help them.
Oh no, those monsters are not good. Those monsters are bad.
What? Bad monsters?
Please help us, friend.
Well, I said I was gonna do that. I don't know why you don't trust me. I'm your friend, man. Alright, let's use our magic. That kind of did something. Oh, I'm in a magic zone? That means I'm gonna do more damage and stuff? That's cool.
Sweet.
Didn't even notice I had done that, but I did. That's cool.
You did it! You help us! You are truly friend to the Wilikin. We can help you now. I hear talk about broken ship. I hear lots of things.
Hey, we should get that looked
village
at.
over, they make parts. Parts to fix your ship.
Well, that's weirdly convenient.
But you must go along cliffs to get there. More monsters there.
I hate cliffs. Alright, cool. So, again, welcome to the world of the Wilikin. Now that we aren't being accosted by monsters, we can go investigate places. So, for the sake of, like, getting all the locations explored, we're gonna go into all the Wilikin houses. Not all of them have important things in them. For example, this place. This place is just spooky and weird. There's like a ghost Wilikin running around and some chairs you can break, and that's all there is. It's weird. There's also like a million Wilikin that you could talk to, and not all of them have interesting things to say, but you sort of get a little bit of backstory about what this place is and why it exists if you talk to a couple of them. So I've tried to make some notes about which ones are important to talk to, and so if I have to consult those real quick at any point, I apologize for the delay. Let's heal up a bit from that encounter. We did take a little bit of damage, because I'm terrible at video games, including this one, which I claim to be something of an expert on. Now, speaking of those interesting characters, this woman is one of them. What does she have to say?
Say, friend, do you know Kaos? We know Kaos. Kaos used to play with us.
Ooh. Yeah, so here's like the thing about the Wilikin, basically, is that they're like super creepy and super nice. They're like the nicest weird little monster dolls in existence. They're like, I don't know, I'm constantly sort of like, oh, they're adorable, and they're kind of unsettling. I don't like them. I mean, I like them, but they're also super creepy. So this guy over here is just like, I'm better at Skystones than this guy. But this is the guy who's guarding this gate.
Oh, friend, will you play with me?
And thus we must defeat him at Skystones, because what else would we do?
I give you my key if you win.
Yeah, our Skystones collection is coming along a little bit, but I don't know, still a little apprehensive. I don't think we're gonna find anything better than this setting. This looks pretty decent, so let's give it a shot.
Jumpy.
Do 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 do. Trying to sing the song. I don't remember exactly the timing of it. It's okay. I think the thing that least puts me in danger on my next turn is play this guy here.
Boom feed.
And of course I get to capture that stupid Chompy, and now he's going to
Frigid Jumpy.
do something surprisingly similar. Great. Kinda wish I had something that had spikes going right and spikes going down, but I don't have that thing. I could like capture this dude with this using the middle square and then try and like bait him into making another attack I can counter. I feel like I might need these 3 arrows. Unfortunately, yeah, that might just be my best play. I don't have enough 3 sharp pointed bits yet. So let's try that and hope for the best.
Spiderlings.
Yeah, okay. Leave myself a little bit exposed, but if I just take this guy here, well, would I rather do that? Like, I don't need to capture anything down if it doesn't go up. I need an up point. I mean, I guess I'm unlikely to capture anything like above me at this point since only the bottom row is left. Yeah, I think I'm probably better off. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna do it.
Archean Jouster.
I'm gonna make myself look real dumb when I mess this up. But then again, that's what happens when you play video games for the internet, is that you make a fool of yourself. Ugh, gross. Yeah, I think I've probably screwed this up. Let's take that square and hope that we don't lose. Well, let's see. He can capture like 1 back from us. And he will. No, I think we're still good though.
You win.
Closer than it should have been, but we still haven't amassed like a formidable Skystones deck quite yet. Anyway, we get a key.
Stone collected.
And we also get that sweet Skystone. I didn't mean to skip past it so quick, but that's the sweet. We got the last one that he played, which is the Life Punk, which is a magically oriented one, which is fine and all, but the elements on the Skystones don't really matter, at least not in this game. I don't know if Skystones will still be around for the next one. Right, so that's all 3 houses on the left side. Let's, we opened up this bounce pad by beating those baddies in town. So let's, go in here. So, there's a boy there who's like, haha, I hid that key behind that wall. We'll deal with that in a second. Here's a tiny girl.
Friend, are you good at Skystones? I am.
Well, let's see how good at Skystones you are, because we did just beat some random boy. Yeah, so now we have the Life Spell Punk guy. That's cool. It's a better stone than one of the ones we had before. I think it was like Mace Major or something. Generic guy. So hopefully this will give us an edge over this small girl who says she's good at Skystones.
Archer.
Oh god, she has so many 3 sharp edges. This guy's pretty good. I can capture sideways and be relatively protected on all sides. Let's start there. Boop, boop. You guys must find this dreadfully boring. I really like Skystones, but I don't really know what I can... Wow, that sucked for me. I don't really know what I can say about Skystones as actually interesting. Let's... Yeah, let's... Well, I think if I play this to capture him from the lower corner, then next turn I could try to take the center with the Archean Jouster, or whatever I was just highlighting. I think that's a safer play, maybe. Don't know.
Bark Demon.
Oh, more Bark Demon. Oh, I see. I can no longer do that thing I wanted to do. That is somewhat unfortunate. Well, as a result, I can't capture any of his things. Which means that I may as well try to protect my, like, most vulnerable square, I guess? And to do that, I probably just want to play 2 knives on the right.
Bark Demon.
Wow, got a lot of Bark Demons. Luckily, I didn't leave him an opening to capture anything with those. That's good. So this is going to be a close one. It's all going to come down to whether he can capture any of my guys, but I think he would have tried by now if he could. So let's drop this and see if he can do anything about it.
Drobot Archer.
Yay, we won! I was actually expecting that to go worse, because she's got some pretty good stones. Maybe she'll give us one.
Stone collected.
Well, it's not one she was playing with, but I'll take it. It's sort of like the inverse of the Archean Jouster, which is a good stone, so let's play with that.
You're good at Skystones, even better than me.
Yeah, I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty great. Okay, cool. So, talk to all the people there. Or, talk to all the people that are interesting there. Boing! So, now, in order to get that key behind the wall, we have to shift back into boring world. One of the things I think is actually kind of interesting about this is, you know, like, we had a similar mechanic back in the, I believe it's called the Darklight Crypt, that adventure pack from the first game with the ghost world and the pies. But in that one, it was like, oh, you go to a horrible ghostly place, don't like it there, and then you would shift back to the normal world. Here, the normal world is where you start, where all the Wilikin are sleeping, and that place is kind of creepy. So it's like your world is creepy, and you're going to a nice, happy place. I find that interesting. So let's see. I believe there's someone interesting to talk to here. I'm lying. There's not. At least not according to my notes, and I'm going to go ahead and trust them, because I got places to go and Skylanders giants to be. Speaking of which, I've been playing as Hinata for some time. I will need to switch soon. But there's not a lot of enemies or anything in the Wilikin village, so no, not a huge need to switch. I suppose I can anticipate something coming up, so why don't I go ahead and switch to a new friend? Flint, the Earth Giant. It is Crush Hour, or crush whatever amount of time that we're going to hang out together. So yeah, I mean, it is a little tedious if you're going for like full completion and you want to like get the level goals and all that stuff. Oh look, a lock puzzle. Speaking of tedious, all right, let's get this done, guys. So to do it perfectly, let's go left twice, 2, then right once, then left, then right 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then left again, then right 1, 2, 3 times, then left 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then right 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and finally one last left. Ugh, tedious indeed. All the lock puzzles, there's one other lock puzzle in this level, they both have like a simplest solution of like 20 steps, so that's super exciting. And that one's like 23, that one's like 22 steps. It's a whole lot of turning lock over and over and hoping that you get lucky, or like spending an inordinate amount of time mapping them out, or in my case, I just look them up because I really hate doing them. No one in here has anything interesting to say. They're just sort of like, look, a lock puzzle. Yeah, you got a thing. But what I was saying when I went in there, yeah, it's a little tedious over here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Because there's so many houses to check, and there will be more later. But, like, I find the Wilikin really interesting. Like, even though... Well, let's talk to this guy. He has something interesting to say.
Wilikin are not supposed to smell things, but I could always smell chaos. Bad smell.
Oh, you can always smell him? Like, now? Can you just, like, smell him at all times? That makes me really uncomfortable. That is a gross superpower. I do not want it. Alright, here's the last house in this area. So yeah, nothing interesting actually going on in here. Just pointing out that there's more Wilikin. Again, I'm mostly doing this because, you know, before I was just doing all the collectibles, but then I realized in most of these levels you don't really have to go out of your way to sort of, like, pop into every location, and that's one of the things you do for the, what is it called? I'm always forgetting this. Objectives is called the dares in this game. I believe they were called something else in the last one, but they're called dares now. So let's open up this gate and head forward. Hooray! Now, since there's so many characters that we're going to be talking to in this level, I'm going to try and skip anyone who's not like critically important. This woman here standing outside this Earth gate is just like, hey, there's a hat in there. I think Kaos left it there, or something like that. So, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, we've already sort of talked to some characters who talk about a connection to Kaos, and one of the reasons we came here in the first place was because Kaos said he was going home, and this is where, was it Hermit? Someone was telling us that this place used to be significant to Kaos. So like basically, growing up, Kaos played with the Wilikin, and then he became a poop jerk face, or whatever term you've decided applies to that. There's just nothing over here? That's great. Well, here's a hat. Let's get a new hat. I'm pretty sure we just got this new hat for Flint, rather. But yeah, I feel like this toy soldier hat is a little bit nicer for Earth Giant. Gives him a speed boost. I don't remember what the Archer Robin Hood hat does, to be quite honest. Great. So now we've got one of these big stone walls. Now they look kind of like breakable ones. They're just taller. And apparently, just being a foot and a half or so taller makes it impossible to break, even with the strength of a giant. So we'll have to turn it into cardboard so we can mash with a hammer. And now, speaking of mashing with a hammer, let's just wail on the bad guys, because they're gonna do a lot of damage. Man. There we go. Finally got him. That's great. Okay, so we can smash some more stuff. I think there's maybe some like treasure or something over here. I'm correct about that. Here's some treasure. And I don't have quite a lot of treasure with Flint, and I didn't get an upgrade with him today, but there's a very particular reason for that, and I'm sure I've touched on it a little bit in the past, but there's a specific, rather expensive upgrade for him that I can't get just yet. Don't have the gold for it and don't actually have the ability for it, but I would like to get it as soon as possible because it makes playing with Flint a lot easier. And, you know, I don't want to talk too much about that, even though I feel like I already have. So let's just move on with our lives. Oh, so, interesting thing worth noting. There's a couple points in this level where you can sort of like travel back to the real world where the Wilikin are asleep. And when you do that, well, first let's look at a story scroll. I found a scroll about pirates. Well, obviously, I'm going to read the crap out of that right now. Let's do it.
A common question people have about sky pirates is what they do with all the loot and prisoners they pillage on their in-flight raids. The answer is quite simple. They store it in the hull of their ship. Where else would they put it?
Now, yet again, that is a hint as to something that will come up later on, and I think that's actually a pretty valuable hint because it points to something that you maybe wouldn't necessarily expect. But we'll address that later on when the time comes. Right, so I was talking about traveling to the sleepy, boring real world where everything is cardboard and sad. So when you do that, there's some areas in the level where enemies will also turn into cardboard. So when those points come up, in fact, we could have done that back where I was fighting the Bark Demon just now. Could have chosen to do that. That's one way you can get rid of him, and you won't take a bunch of damage like I did because you're bad at video games. We're gonna push this Mega Bomb around and blow up a couple strategic doors while I talk. We'll need to travel through those things later. Oh, I pushed it. I didn't want to do that. Let's a little further left. When you destroy an enemy when they're cardboard, it's easier because they're cardboard and they don't fight back, but I don't think you get any pickups. I know you don't get experience from it, but I don't think you get like treasure or health pickups or anything like that either. However, there's one other thing to note is that if you're doing the dares, I believe this thing is under dares, the enemy goal for the level, if you're trying to do those, feel free to destroy the enemies as cardboard, because apparently, and I'm not entirely sure this is correct, but from what I've read, that still counts towards the enemy goal, as beating them when they're cardboard. It still counts as like beating an enemy. So that's cool. So I could, in theory, why don't I just show this off for the sake of it? I mean, I could probably use the experience, because I have a bunch of Skylanders. I'm never going to reach anything resembling max level during this run of the game. Now, oddly, some enemies don't seem to be affected at all by switching between places. I believe Bark Demons do. I may have already broken him. I think I accidentally did. Bark Demons turn into like potted plant sort of things. The Infuego Chompies turn into regular Chompies. There's some like troll guys who's just straight up turn into cardboard. They look adorable. I think they're just precious. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty straightforward. So, like, you have the option, either way it counts towards killing an enemy for the enemy goal, but you have the option of whether you want it to be easy or hard, and, like, if you do it the hard way, you know, you get some bonus for it in the form of, like, experience points and whatnot. So, there's one boulder up there. You're going to want to pick that up and throw it out of the way, and it reveals this underground place you do. And let's switch characters because we've been playing as Flint for a while. And let's see, who might we want to play as? Why don't we play as another giant? Yeah! I hope you're not bored of giants yet. I mean, it's called Skylanders Giants, and I have a bunch of them, so hopefully not. But yeah, oh yeah, also, Pegasus is like really low in level, so like maybe I should work on that. Yeah, I sort of had it in mind to do that back before I took my little break there, and then sort of forgot that that was going on. Saying something about something. Oh, I was just sort of still rambling about the choice between killing them as cardboard or not.
Hello, friend.
Oh, hi there.
Do you notice these strange magical energies that flow inside the cave?
Well, I did, but why don't you tell the viewers about them?
Some are good, some are bad. Blue ones are good.
So, like, normally you don't get such a great camera angle to point out that these things have two sides to them, but they do. And yeah, basically the way that works, we found a lucky wheel, by the way. Lucky wheel of wealth, my favorite kind. Can I get over to where I want to be without dying? I suspect no. Do I have any Skylanders who make this easier? Not really. I did mean to switch back to the correct world before doing this, but I could show this off the not speedrunner's way. Normally, if you were gonna come down, well, again, I guess this is the sort of thing you would just ignore if you were trying to do a speedrun of any sort. So let's switch back. Switchers are a little finicky sometimes, just like trying to activate lock puzzles and sort of thing. So, before they were all red and they were all damage energy thingies, now they're all blue, and if you touch them, they heal you. Now, I think this is actually cool for a number of reasons. One, it's like another thing that's different about the two worlds, which is just sort of like cool. It fleshes out the mechanic of this level, and I think that's cool. Secondly, this is actually sort of an important thing to know for later on. If somehow you missed this, something that comes up later in the level that I will be coy about for the moment becomes like a little trickier. Or would become a little trickier, I guess. Alright, so now we're back in the magical world of the Wilikin. I don't think there's actually any particular reason to be in either world for the moment. However, this world is nicer to look at, so let's look at it for as long as possible, I guess. I mean, it's really the only level that works like this, so let's get our fill of it now, since we won't be revisiting this later. Aha, so, we've got ourselves an elevator. We can sort of speedrun or shortcut that bit. Apparently you can fall off the elevator and land on the boxes. Not something I knew until I was practicing this bit for, well, just this very occasion, in fact. Do I need more treasure for Pegasus? He's just here. I don't want to keep switching characters. Just feeling kind of lazy today. Just sort of chilling with my Skylanders Giants. Doing some stuff. Alright. Oh. There's like a pair of them. They basically sort of just work together. Kind of easy. Alright, now we've got a trickier section. We got a couple more boxes. Basically, the normal way to go through this, which we will be showing off right now, is that, you know, sort of got to wait for the boxes to go up and down and whatnot. You can pick up like a little teddy bear treasure in there. It's kind of difficult to do. For now, let's just meet a new friend called Grenade General. He throws grenades. They hurt. Don't get hurt by grenades. Pro tip. So let's shoot him with lasers. Aha, I leveled up. It means it doesn't matter that I got exploded a little bit just then. That's great. Cool. So let's bust up the place, get some free treasure. I don't want to be such a perfectionist, but I really just want all this treasure. I want all of the treasure, in fact. Let's bounce our way up here. So now, we've got a tricky thing. So like, all of these are gonna go up, and then this one in the middle, apparently, never comes down. Learn something new every day. Another thing I learned yesterday that I did not already know about Skylanders Giants, and this level in particular. So this middle one is a safe spot. You can wait here. You don't have to, like, blitz your way all the way through. Ah, curses. I really thought I could get away with that. I really, really did. Or I wouldn't have done that, obviously. I've done it. I've messed up. I've ruined everything. Let's pick a smaller Skylander who's faster. Let's do that. Let's go with Falco. I suppose I could try and show off the hover thing that Meta Ridley can do now, but I saw Falco first, so we're using Falco. The camera change here is a little bit bothersome. So it's the 5th one in is the safe zone. There's like 4 on either side, and then the 5th one in the middle never goes down. So you can just sort of sit on top of it, and it's fine. Gonna the jetpack. Yeah, that seemed a lot easier before. Whatever, that's fine. So we could push those blocks down, those stone blocks over on the right here, but we're not gonna do that. Instead, we're gonna go back across these wooden boxes because apparently I haven't had enough punishment. In fact, this will lead us someplace that we want to be. So let's drop off, head over to this one because it is closest to the one that will not drop and give us the best chance. Heading over there, making the quickest work of this. I know it's a little tedious, I know, I'm aware of that. But it's important, it's useful. Could this box go up, please? Thank you. Okay, great. So, we got past those boxes, which, one nice thing about it is that it will let us skip a couple of future boxes. It's, you know, it's a nice thing, because there's a lot of boxes. So here's the stone blocks we were at before. So now we're above them, up on a different ledge that you can only get to by doing that stupid thing we just did. And we'll need the help of, you guessed it, a giant. So we gotta move at least one of these rocks out of the way so that we can get over here. We can throw the rocket stuff, flex our giant muscles a little bit, and over here we will find, if we keep going, there it is, a legendary treasure. It is the Eagle engine. Hey, great, an engine. We sort of needed one of those, maybe. They didn't actually say what was wrong with our ship this time around, but it sure was something. Right, so from here we can just drop straight down. Don't have to deal with any of that box nonsense over there, which is great because we went to a great deal of trouble before. So, as I recall, I think we need to be in sleepy mode in order to enter this tunnel most effectively. I'm going to switch back to a character who could use some more experience. I think that makes the most sense. Do I want to do that? Let's play with one of my favorites for a minute. Because I don't think... Actually, there will be some enemies in a minute. But that... I just want to switch to Rush. Shut up about it. Right, I did the right thing. Yay, it's he things. There's a Wilikin girl there. I'm pretty sure she says something similar to the last one. Just in case you didn't go in that one area. Because it's... The first one's kind of optional. Whatever. There's another Mega Bomb. We'll be using that in a second. And as I said, we need a giant right now. So let's switch to Pegasus. Yay, Pegasus. Yay, Pegasus. It would be nice if you could, like if it was optional to skip through those like Skylander switching animations. Because there's some levels or some situations where you're just switching back and forth repeatedly. And you just sort of get annoyed of it. Oh, so like, check it out. Here is some, well, there's like some cardboard flowers and some cardboard bad guys. So like, when they're cardboard, like, look, these are some mace majors. And I could totally wail on them because they're made of cardboard. And cardboard is no match for the mighty fists of Pegasus and his giant eyeball. His eyeball and fist combination. Yeah, I went on a little bit of a rant there. But that's sort of what they look like. There's, oh yeah, there's also these dudes. Sort of, I'm gonna leave them there because I'm not actually going for the enemy goal this time around. I'm gonna see if I can sort of lure them down the hill. But the reason we come up this hill is to get the Pop Fizz Soul Gem. So if you have a Pop Fizz, like I still have not managed to find a Light Core Pop Fizz, so I don't think that's gonna happen at this point. I apologize to anyone who's looking forward to that. I haven't managed to do it so far. We're already kind of a ways through the game. So, I'm not going to try and introduce a new character. I'm already going to have trouble leveling all my characters and not looking like an idiot anyway. But we're not going to watch that video, because it's just going to make me sad. So we're going to jump off this cliff. And then there's a switcher somewhere around here, right? Nope. Nope. I guess I lied. Well, those guys probably aren't going to come and fight us then. So the idea here is that you just roll this Mega Bomb down the hill, and it just sort of squashes everything. You might expect it to explode, and then you have to start over. But even like the Bark Demons, it just sort of touches them, and then they kerplode. Leave me alone. Both of you. All of you. Every one of you. There you go. Squashed you. Ha ha ha. So now I push this. We got another one of those like big metal door things I was using Mega Bombs on before. Not sure why there's a bunch of Mega Bombs in this level. Don't really need to be there. Now I could switch back to the Wilikin world. Well, I actually am going to switch back to the Wilikin world, but I could do this and run back up the hill and... Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna switch to Meta Ridley, who's among my faster Skylanders. I want to do this real quick just to show off that mechanic, because there's not a lot of great places. I'm not gonna go in there. If I go in there, I might get trapped. I don't think I will, but I could. Okay, so we gotta activate. The one thing that does take some getting used to about using the flying with Meta Ridley here. Oh, I forgot about this too. Look, the Mega Bomb is all like made of like cardboard and inserted tabs and stuff, and it like moves way easier. Like, there's just such a cool attention to detail in the switching back and forth mechanics. It's really weird. Alright, so now, since I left those two dudes up here, what happened to them? Where did they go? Did they like despawn? Well, in any case, they should be two troll enemies, but instead they just got bored and wandered off, even though they had no feet or consciousness. So that's cool. But what I'm saying about flying is that, unlike most characters, you know, you can just sort of like hold or press or do whatever it would be. You have to be very particular when using Meta Ridley, because if you hold it, then you will go into the hover mode once you have the hover mode. So you have to like tap B really quick, otherwise it's usually going to default to the hover mode. Right, so we got 3 houses here. I believe the one on the right has the last person of interest to talk to. I'm correct. Go me. Let's talk.
Do you like puzzles, friend? This one will make your head feel hollow.
Ugh. Oh, that wasn't the person I wanted to talk to. But apparently my head will soon feel hollow. Got that to look forward to.
We Wilikin were made to serve the Maker's family, but I don't like serve.
Yeah, so again, we get a little bit of backstory about the relationship between the Wilikin and Kaos. So they're sort of like servant doll friends for Kaos? And, you know, not exactly sure how we ended up with like a whole like population of these creepy things, but you can sort of see how that might mess up his ability to interact with other people normally. We got ourselves another lock puzzle, so let's have fun. 3 rights, 2, 3, then we go left, then we go right, then we get 4 lefts, 2, 3, 4, then 2 rights, which will drop us onto this arrow pointy bit, then 7 lefts, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll shift, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then right 5 times. Did I do this right? Yes, I did. That always looks weird. Every time I do this, I'm like, did I mess that up? But I didn't. Because I gotta land in the green circle, which will make it so we can hit both of the last pink, whatever those are. So yeah, 23 moves. This is very exciting to try and remember that many moves. Which is why I write it down on a notepad. Do I want... What is this hat again? This is something that I will give to... Jeez, I don't know. I like all the hats that the characters have already. I feel sad changing them. Alright, you've had yours for a very long time, Rush. Even though it's adorable. Let's try a new one on you. See how it looks. This is the fisherman's hat in this box. It looks like this. It's the sort of hat that you would wear fishing. It has lures attached to it. Adds armor and elemental power? Sure, why not? Let's do it. Boom. Gotta try on the hats. That doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. I am a mature adult with the voice cracking. Alright, so we did that. We talked to the creepy girl. Now our head feels hollow because we did that puzzle. Real quick, in this house is Auric. He has one of the 4 bulbs for the Luck-O-Tron here. Costs 2,500 gold. We can't afford that. We are not made of gold. Is there any Skylander made of gold? I don't think there actually is. I'm a little surprised by that, actually. Seems like something they would have done by now. Gotta cross this bridge at some point to go over here and pick up a key. But, can also pick up a little bit of treasure. There's some breakable objects. You know, I love to break things. Great, so now we make it back into the center of town. And, well, can't do this just yet, because we haven't done anything to unlock that bounce pad. Which leaves us exactly one place left to go, since, even though I haven't showed it off, you may have managed to notice that, there's a locked door blocking our way, so we can't go through there. We've already gone in 2 of these 3 houses, and we can't very well go back to go forward, so we must go in the middle house. And here is a bunch of random treasure. That's cool. And a key. And it's a key that's sort of in an area that looks like it's locked, but it's not. You just sort of pick that up. And, well, now all we gotta do is pick up that key that requires a bounce pad, but how are we gonna get ourselves a bounce pad? Oh god, it's some grenade generals and some mace majors. I guess I never noticed before that the trolls have, like, this, military naming scheme. There's a bunch of grenades. Whoa, the firewall deflected the grenades? I didn't know it could do that! Ah, the firewall's so cool! Apparently my firewall is not reaching them. From here it probably will, though. Come on, deflect it. Oh, it blew up right next to me. That was not what I wanted. Give me that pizza, jerk. There's a bunch more of them. Let's send a couple of firewalls as a warning. I did get this, right? I got the Comet Slam. I can attack a couple at once. Oh. Sort of following me, that grenade. Oh, they're all over the place. It's a delicate operation to not get hit by a bunch of grenades, unfortunately. Let's do it! Oh, what you got there? Oh, no, wait, no. I was using that, sort of. It's actually really interesting. For one, this works a little differently than the others, because when we travel back to the other world, there's a bunch of extra enemies for no reason, including... Oh god, I forgot about the bark demons. There's bark demons! Ah, I don't like bark demons, they're jerks. What type of area? Oh, we're in an undead area? Well, then you know who we need to get some help from. Pegasus, comma, low-leveled Skylander. I don't know why I would classify him with a comma like he was a library book or something. I'm just gonna wail on these guys and hope that... Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. I've messed up, you guys. I've used up all my light core guys. I haven't fought with Yoshi at all. Maybe we can put his new quicker vines to good use. Gotta just watch out for everything. There's a lot of bad things. Yeah, so like these, what are these called? Root runners? They can walk around for some reason. Don't know why that is a thing, but it is. Oh, cripes. I really dislike bark demons. I have a tendency to forget how annoying they are. Oh, good, I leveled up. That's exactly what I needed. One of you died, right? Oh, I managed to go underground at the exact right moment. There we go. Ate a pizza, killed some more bad guys. Having not the worst day ever. Did take a bunch of damage with Pegasus, was unfortunate. We're not trying to do that. I don't think it actually matters. No, it might. No, it doesn't matter. I think it changes it for you manually, but it makes more sense if I switch back. Because we are at the end of the level. And as you may recall earlier, I mentioned something about needing to know the difference between the good and bad types of, like, energy circle things. And we haven't actually done that yet. I'm gonna switch to a new character for this, someone I haven't really fought with much today. Meta Ridley. I think he's gonna be a good choice for what's coming. And this is the actual reason this is my favorite level.
Have you heard of the Chompy Mage? He is very bad. He is not invited to Wilikin Town, but he comes anyway. He summons all the Chompies, and when we try to stop him, he shifts into other world. But so can you shift. Maybe you can stop him? Maybe I can help you too. Go to his field and I will follow.
His field? but it's all like dirty and weird here. So what happens if I shift into another world? Huh, it's still kind of dirty and weird. Oh no.
Giant Chompy!
That thing is simultaneously really intimidating and really goofy looking. So, you don't have to watch out so much for this guy, like, running into you. You know, there's like a lot of, well, like, he sort of just like charges at you and looks all scary like, but really, you just gotta watch out for the chompies. You can attack him as much as you want, but like, this is not the main way we're gonna be dealing damage to this guy. However, you can't really do much damage to him just yet.
Greetings! I am the Chompy Mage, and you are not a Chompy, so
he's
I
right.
don't like you. Me neither. Now let's see if you can dodge some of my evil magic. Dodge, 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 dodge.
Dude, that's really prejudiced of you to not like me just because I'm not a Chompy. Oh, menacing, healing energy, whatever shall I do? Perhaps I shall heal myself. Oh no, how will I ever manage to overcome these dangerous obstacles? It does actually get fairly tricky at a couple points here. You know, this is sort of like a throwback to some of the stuff Kaos did in the last game. I think that's kind of cool. But like, what I like about this is it combines...
Oh, that's it then. I am through toying with you. Me too.
Uh-oh. Now we're in the other world and all the blue things are red and it's bad.
Hey friend, I can help. Use this to switch into the other world. Bad magic will become good magic.
So, you press Y, and at this point in the fight, anytime you press Y, you switch worlds.
That's my sneaky trick. Well, let's see how you do with even more evil magic. Yeah!
So, here's how this works. Like, he's gonna keep throwing different types of energy at you, because if you threw just one, you could switch to one dimension and be safe there. So, now it's sort of an interesting, like, coordination trick, where you have to, like, get yourself into the right spot, but also do it at the right time, so that, like, you're never in a spot where you get hit by the dangerous red energy discs. I really like that aspect of this fight. I think it's executed really well, goodness gracious, and sometimes it still gets hectic, but if you really know what you're doing, you can get out of those sections unscathed, like I just managed.
Problem here? I'm not in the right form to defeat you. Chompy power!
I love this guy so much. He's the best character in this game, by like a million miles. So again, even though the fight is advanced somewhat, the giant attacking Chompy form doesn't damage you by running into you. His whole spiel... Okay, now watch this. This is important. Now that he's sucking in, you want to switch worlds, and all the green Chompies will turn red. Something else that we learned while we were playing through the level. Now they turn into explosives, and they deal him like huge chunks of damage at a time. Oh, I didn't realize my shots bounce off of him while he's doing that weird like summoning circle thing. He's also attacking me from a weird angle. I don't think I've ever seen this work quite this way. Now we switch back into his other mode, and here, all the Fuego Chompies are dangerous, so I'm going to switch back so that they're green, so that they don't explode before I need them to explode. So first he blows everyone away, so they're all attacking me, and then he's going to try and suck everyone in. I think if he sucks you in, he does damage to you, but the main goal here, you just want to avoid his energy attacks in the one world, then wait for him to go into his, like, Stompy Chompy mode. Ooh, that's a good name for it. I'm going to call it that. His Stompy Chompy mode. And then you just sort of have to, like, try and take as little damage as possible while setting it up so that you can keep as many Chompies around to have him suck them up and deal him the most amount of damage when they explode in his stomach. That's the goal. It's kind of a straightforward boss fight, but, like, it's not, like, even though it's straightforward, it's not, like, too easy, because, like, there's a lot of things that you have to, like, keep track of, and, like, there's a couple stages to the fight. This is just, like, a really cool boss fight. I really like what they did here. This is, like, my favorite thing in the whole game. Like, first off, the Chompy Mage is an awesome character. Like, he's just really fun and cool and interesting. And, like, this boss fight is just, like, a lot of fun to play, and it's different from everything else in the game. Like, this is what I want more of from Skylanders. I feel like it falls into this trap sometimes, where it just, like, does the same thing over and over, and, like, you know, you just, like, oh, you fight evil versions of Skylanders, like, how creative. But like this stuff, this is what keeps me playing this game. Like this is super cool. I like this a lot. This is my favorite bit of this whole game. And like look at this. Even though I know exactly what I'm doing, this is still tricky. I have to be paying attention to what I'm doing. I could easily mess myself up, and like you could totally like have a couple of Skylanders knocked out by this. Like if you make the wrong move, like you can really get messed up here. Now again, the main source of damage in this section is like the explosions, so you can try and shoot him whenever you have a chance to. Like now, but like most of the damage you're gonna be doing is like, look, you're doing like 150 to like 250 per shot. And now he's gotten so confused trying to beat me and getting blown up that he doesn't know where he is, and in fact disappears. Will we see him again? I don't know.
For our new friends. Since you defeat bad Chompy Mage, we have repaired your ship, but also make better.
Well, that is mighty kind of you. Thanks. And now it's time to take on Kaos.
Kaos? Oh, we know Kaos. He is the maker. He lives very close to here, but you not get there right away.
Why not?
Because home has big force field around it, but force field comes from Troll Castle.
Yes, that's right. Troll Home Security Castle. Keeping home safe for over 35 years.
Well, thanks for the tip. So long, you freaky little weird dudes.
I love Kelly's facepalm there. It's well deserved. Alright, so cleared all the things. We even managed to beat the enemy goal, which is nice. Collected all the stuff. Again, the only thing we didn't do is clearing it in under 11 minutes, which is a lot easier to do when you're not trying to collect everything and explain how to collect everything. Again, maybe someday I'll address this. No one seems super excited about it, but let me know what you think in the comments. Just tell me all your feelings and thoughts in the comments. Just tell me whatever you want to talk about. I'll listen to anything, and I will try to make an effort to respond more than I do normally. I'm trying to get better at it, but I keep getting distracted by trying to make new videos. Case in point, it took me over a month to make this one, but I'm really glad I did it, and I'm really glad that I saved this level for when I was going to come back, because this really got me back into it. Like, this level is just great. Everything about this level is exactly what I want from Skylanders. It's, like, handled perfectly. Like, you get to sort of, like, explore the section of the world and learn more about the Skylands and the backstory of Kaos, and, like, it just does everything right. This level is great. Like, I might, as much as I love pirates and, like, the cool, like, wacky card matching stuff in the Pirate Seas level, I think this might be my favorite level in either game, just because it's so well done, and the boss fight is great, and, like, you know, I was saying all last game that I just wanted more cool boss fights, and this really delivered. Like, even though there's not a huge step forward in terms of, like, bosses throughout this game, like, this one really gives me hope for the future, and, like, really stepped up anything from the last game. So, let's head back to the ship and do whatever.
For being creepy doll things, those Wilikin did an alright job fixing up the ship.
Thank you, friend.
What are you doing here?
Wanted to come with you new friends on boat. We like you.
But aren't you supposed to be kind of frozen in the real world?
Haha, that is a joke we like to play. Wilikin always alive in all worlds. Now can we show you the new surprise?
Okay.
Ooh, look at that. Got some awesome new hardware.
See? Now use gun to defend ship. No more get shot down.
Hey, how about that? Why don't you give that thing a try?
I love that, like, the whimsical little, like, servant dolls, like, fix up your ship, and then they're like, by the way, we gave you, like, a massive scary cannon to fend off pirates and things. Yeah, by the way, for anyone who watches or is very familiar with Twilight Zone, I definitely get a little bit of a Talking Tina vibe from some of these Wilikin, particularly Seraphina, the one who decides to hang out on our ship. So real quick, let's hop down here. Who could use some gold? I don't know, someone. There we go, I picked one. It's Hinata. How's it going? So we're gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna call it an episode. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider interacting favorably on social media, telling everyone about me on Facebook and Twitter, and MySpace if you still have one of those. So, here's how this works. Apparently, this is another thing I sort of learned, is that after every level for the rest of the game, we'll get a different one of these cannon firing mini games. I knew there were a bunch of them, but I didn't know that that is how it worked. And basically every time your goal is to shoot a bunch of things before they come at you, not surprising, when you're a stationary turret that has only one ability to fire things, there's not a ton of variety to the sort of tasks you might be Wow, why is my aim really? I don't know exactly. Am I supposed to shoot the sheep? I think that is it. I think I'm supposed to shoot the sheep and not the balloon. Whereas my instinct is definitely to shoot the balloon and not try to kill the sheep, but maybe that's because I'm weird. As we know, in the Skylanders, sheep are sort of frowned upon. Just shoot. God dang it. Doing a terrible. Fine, I did the worst job ever at this game. I thought that when the 2 hit, when there's 20. Whatever. I am confused and slightly annoyed. It didn't do very well because that game. Most of them are more straightforward than that, and you're attacking things that aren't cute and cuddly, and you don't need to murder them for no particular reason. Anyway, you do that, you get some gold. I think every time you come back to the ship, you can do whatever ones are available to you. You don't really pick, it just sort of does one at random. Whatever. In any case, that about does it for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you here next time for probably my least favorite level in the game. Hooray!